This podcast is brought to you by Treo Realtors. If you're looking for a new home, Treo Realtors is the place for you. Our website features the best real estate search for homes and is updated by the official Cincinnati MLS feed every 15 minutes. You can save searches, get daily email alerts of new listings, price changes, sold data, and market reports. Our interactive map search also allows you to view properties on a map or refine your search by drawing the boundaries around the area you desire. Head to TreoRealtors.com to learn more or reach out to us today on Facebook or give us a call at 513-731-8736. And now, on with the show.
I'm good. So for the week of July 13th, 2020, welcome to the 54th episode of This Week in Cincinnati, the podcast dedicated to bringing you the news of the Queen City without the filter. This week we are talking about mandatory masks, Cincinnati Fried Chicken, guilty councilmen, and much, much more.
Welcome to glorious Cincinnati. It is sensational for Cincinnati. It's Skyline time. And this one belongs to the Reds.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
So Alysa, it's been 2 weeks.
It has been.
We were off for the 4th. Mm-hmm. How have the last 2 weeks been, including your vacation?
Yeah, well, I have to start by saying happy birthday to Luca. It is Luca's birthday today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I was going to wish Luca happy birthday, so I'm glad you did that first.
I love it. But we went to Hilton Head. We went on vacation, stayed in a condo like near the beach for the first time instead of just like staying at my mom's house in Bluffton. And it was absolutely fantastic. There was a tropical depression that came through for a couple of days. So it like rained most of the day, a couple of days, but we still had tons of fun. There was always a window of like a couple hours where we could get on the beach and just being able to walk to the beach, and our VRBO was fantastic.
So
and
real quick, a depression means...
It's just kind of rainy and windy. It wasn't like dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just rained a lot.
Yeah.
But technically it was a depression.
According to my mother.
Because why wouldn't it be a depression in 2020 on vacation?
For sure. But it was really, really fun. We took a dolphin cruise. That's one of the things I did for Luca for his birthday. It was really, really entertaining and really educational. And we did get to see a pod of 3 dolphins for like for a good while. We got to see them very up close, and that was really cool. And both of my kids got up and talked to the whole boat about dolphins, things they know about dolphins. Gavin.
Wow.
Gavin the whole time. So Gavin is 12. He's getting ready to be in the 8th grade. He's very teenagery. And so the whole time the, tour guide person was like engaging with him, and he was just like too cool for school. Like, no, I don't really know anything about dolphins. Whatever. And then at the end, he was just like, she was like, is there, does anyone want to get up and talk about anything they know about dolphins or whatever? And he's like, all right, fine. I'm going to like nerd out, but I'm just going to talk to everybody about the evolution of dolphins. And he just got up there and like started talking about like the pre-evolution of dolphins. And like, it was so crazy. He's just not a get up and talk in front of people kind of a guy. Yeah. And so that was great. So vacation was awesome.
Do you know, did they talk about, the only thing I know about dolphins, I don't know much, right? Mm-hmm. But I think, the widely known fact is that they are the only other species that has intercourse for fun, right?
Okay, yeah.
Did they mention that on the cruise?
They did not.
Did one of your kids mention this on the cruise?
They did not. They were probably trying to keep it pretty kid-friendly. Because there were, Luca just turned 11, and then there was also another like younger girl who was fairly shy. And they were probably trying to keep it pretty kid-friendly. But yeah. But it was super fun. We had a great time. Obviously, I'm going to talk to Angie a little bit about traveling with COVID, so we'll cover that later. We have a guest coming on later. That was pretty much it. I just kind of chilled yesterday. I'll talk a little bit later about what I did yesterday. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait for more.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah. Well,
how about you?
We had, these past few weekends have been exhausting.
Yeah.
They really have. And I don't know if other people are experiencing this, but I just feel like maybe it's the new neighborhood. Everybody's overly social.
Okay.
Right? Which is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
2
I
weeks
don't
ago,
even know any of my neighbors, which is awful.
well, everybody chipped in money, and we had a fireworks show in our neighborhood.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was fun.
Yeah.
So we all got together that weekend and got to see fireworks, so that made all the kids happy.
Yeah, and you guys are like out in the boonies, so it's not like your neighbors all want to kill you.
I wouldn't say we're out in the boonies. I'd say we're by Kings
boonies.
Island. But, it's...
right, but you're not in the middle of
I'd say it's a conservative area to the point where people are okay with property rights, and you can kind of do whatever you want on your property.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And then this past weekend, everything just turned into go to the pool and then drink afterwards. Mm-hmm. So it was exhausting.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I decided I'm going to go try to get rid of some honeysuckle stumps because I watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And it looked extremely easy to get rid of honeysuckle.
Yeah, you can just kind of pull it out. It doesn't have very deep roots.
Well, you're wrong. You can't for sure not pull it out. Well, I have gigantic ones that the stumps are 8 inches wide.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching these videos and they're like, oh yeah, all you need is a mattock, which is like a pickaxe. Uh-huh. So I drove around to multiple locations. Apparently, we're all out of pickaxes in Cincinnati. But I found
there is a lot of honeysuckle.
Yeah, I found one at Menards. So I bought that. We're also Lowe's out of watering cans. They've been out for a while. Big shortage on watering cans. Somebody's talking about.
Sure.
So we did that, and then I dug up 2 stumps.
Okay.
I'm like, this is impossible. My whole body is shaking. My head still hurts.
Aww.
I know. I should not have taken yesterday.
It was also really hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday they said it was only going to be 78. It felt like it was 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Because there weren't really any clouds.
Well, I had this vision of me just Paul Bunyaning my way through the woods.
Yeah, it didn't
cleaning
happen
stuff
that
up.
way. Yeah.
I got 3 stumps out, and I'm like, screw this.
Yeah, the Parks Foundation is always looking for volunteers to help get rid of honeysuckle because it's one of those species that's not native and it's pervasive and it's bad. It's what's causing a lot of the landslides, Columbia Parkway and stuff like that. And nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
all right.
Anyways.
Well, let's see what's been going on in Cincinnati. In business, we have 3 stories this week. 2 weeks ago, the city of Cincinnati made it mandatory to wear masks inside public spaces in the city, with violators facing a $25 fine. Last week, things escalated when Ohio Governor Mike DeWine made it mandatory to wear masks in Hamilton and Butler counties, along with, I think, 11 other counties in Ohio that have reached a certain threshold on the COVID scale. This is in all indoor buildings that are not private residences and outside when you're near crowds. So this comes after Hamilton County saw just over 1,000 cases between July 3rd and 8th, averaging over 100 new cases a day. Cuyahoga and Franklin County are faring much worse as Ohio crossed over 60,000 total cases this past weekend. It's unclear how these rules will be enforced since they're technically health orders. Both Hamilton and Butler County sheriffs said they will not be enforcing the rule and asked that people please not call 911 and, be a Karen when people are not wearing masks. They will instead, it'll be on the county health inspectors to enforce whatever they can on a complaint-based system. Many stores and shops have instituted their own policies and very much are able to deny service if a customer does not have a mask on. For the love of God, just wear a mask. I have many friends, by the way, an update to our story last time. Many friends with Kings Island passes, and they are happy to report that they had no problem with their masks, including their kids wearing masks, and they were on the actual coasters. They said their masks weren't flying off, and it didn't ruin their enjoyment. They were actually just really happy to be at Kings Island. I was shocked. But there's photographic evidence because they have the pictures when you're on the coaster or whatever. And I saw the picture. She posted it on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, the masks stayed on, really? She said, yeah, they were totally fine.
That's weird that they would stay on because mine falls off unloading stuff from the grocery store.
Yeah. Mine, I need to figure out some with maybe thinner ear situations because my sunglasses fall off when I wear them. If I even slightly tilt my head and I wear sunglasses. Yeah. I would probably be wearing sunglasses right now inside if
Oh, I felt like
wouldn't stare at me.
such a goober. I had like sunglasses on and the mask and ear pods, and I'm just like, I've got like yeah.
That's a vibe, guys.
I look like such a tool, right? And I'm walking around the Lowe's garden area. Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
Yeah, I did look up the most recent coronavirus stuff. It looks like Hamilton County's back on the decline.
Yeah.
And the thing I noticed was, people we're getting more coronavirus cases, but also testing is way up.
It is.
But
hospitalizations are rising. Deaths are actually falling a
deaths
little
are
bit. But there's usually a 3 to 6 week lag.
So you just think
deaths.
people aren't dead yet?
It's possible. I don't know, and I hope not.
Yeah.
But there's usually a 3 to 6 week lag in deaths because it takes a week for you to get sick, 2 weeks of you being sick, then you pass away. It can take a week for the death to be reported through the right agencies. So, I mean, I really, really hope not. I really hope that we're just, more immune to death in this, and we're finding better ways to treat it, and we're all going to be okay, but we just don't know yet. It's too early.
But really deep inside, you think everyone's just about ready to die. Yep, that's what I pick up from that. So we'll move on. Some of the top companies on Facebook have pulled hundreds of millions of dollars of advertising money from the service in the past week. And that service I'm talking about is Facebook. Some names include Microsoft, Starbucks, Verizon, Adidas, Target, Ford, and many, many more. This comes after CEO Mark Zuckerberg's hands-off approach to dealing with the spread of misinformation and hate on Facebook, especially in the case of far-right organizations and Donald Trump's re-election campaign. The world's biggest advertiser and number one Facebook advertiser, P&G, has not disclosed if it intends to join the boycott. I've never seen a P&G ad on Facebook. Then again, I'm rarely on Facebook, but the fact that they are the number one Facebook advertiser,
I don't know if I have or not, but it's probably mostly not. It's not like saying P&G. It's probably for one of their products, and I don't pay attention enough to know which products are P&G.
What's it?
Like Gillette or like all the brands they own. It's not
I get that,
P&G.
But most of the ads that I see are. Maybe I don't buy enough like consumer products to where they don't target me.
Maybe
they're just targeting a ton of women, not to be.
So I was having a conversation with my mother over the weekend because we both have bunions. Sexy, I know. And she got these cool shoes that help correct them. And there are like contraptions you can buy that you put on your feet at night while you're sleeping that help correct them. And so here's the really creepy part. We were having this conversation in a public restroom, like we were at the Outlet Mall in Hilton Head, and we're in a public restroom having this conversation.
You guys are talking like over the stall
there was
sort of thing?
There was nobody else in there. And
that's so weird.
And
that's really weird.
Whatever. It's my
We're
mother.
not going to go down this road?
We don't have to go down this road. But that night,
all echoey
that night,
and whatnot?
I had an ad on Facebook for that contraption thing.
Yeah, because
And
it's always listening.
I know, and it's so creepy. Like they say it's not, and I know I never believed them when they said that. But I was in a bathroom and they were listening to me. It's so creepy.
Maybe you should
not talk in a bathroom.
Not talk in a bathroom.
But still, like, even when, you go into a store and there are cameras and whatever, like, they're not allowed to have cameras, not even outside the bathroom, let alone in the bathroom. But there's a mic on your phone listening. Everybody worried about the masks. Oh, the government's trying to, whatever. Oh. You know what? If the government wanted us wearing masks, then all of their facial recognition software wouldn't work. If you're
we're going to go down this. We're going down this road.
You're on the conspiracy bandwagon.
Well, let's scrap the rest of this episode and just see where this takes us, because I think this is going to be a lot more enjoyable.
I'm just saying.
Well, let me wrap up this one. Blah blah blah. The company said they won't do ads.
It's a lot of big companies.
Kroger is mum as well.
Yeah, but it's a lot of big companies. Microsoft, Starbucks, Verizon, Adidas, Target, Coca-Cola is pausing all social media ads for 30 days.
You know what, though? I kind of respect P&G and Kroger for this, because, everyone feels like there's a big debate about why is there politics in sports? Why is there politics in shaving cream or any other, in wet wipes? Like, why don't you just let the businesses be the businesses, let the sports be the sports, let the politics be the politics? Why is everything have to intertwine?
I don't know anything about the culture at P&G and things like that, and I feel I don't know. I do like to support companies that their beliefs align with mine when it comes to not politics but human rights.
Well, and I get, you want to defund the bad services, so I'm okay with that. I think that's more of a comment towards, getting involved with issues of politics. We can all agree that Facebook sucks.
Oh, for sure.
We just don't know how to
we don't know how to quit her.
We don't know how to get our memories from 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When we said something douchey. Yeah. Okay.
Lord. All right. Okay. Well, speaking of Kroger, so they received emergency use authorization from the FDA to administer their home-based COVID-19 test kits. The test kit will be made available to Kroger cashiers, clerks, and other frontline workers this week, which I'm loving that that's their priority, and then offered to other companies in coming weeks. The test will be available free of charge, and the goal is to process 60,000 tests per week. The test is a nasal swab, which I can't imagine having to do that to yourself. That is then sent overnight to a designated laboratory for processing. Test results will be confirmed in less than 72 hours, they're claiming, which is much faster than most test results are happening now. My only problem with stuff like this, same problem with like a potential vaccine that could be coming out for this. If it's rushed through, is it done right? Are the results going to be accurate?
Did we learn nothing from Theranos?
From what?
Theranos.
What's Theranos?
Remember the blood testing company that, what's her name, Holmes, whatever the little blonde chick that did all the fake blood testing, and it was just all a ruse, and now she's indicted and might go to prison for.
I must have missed
you don't know
all
this
of
stuff?
this. I must have missed all of this.
You don't know what Theranos is?
No.
Not Thanos. That's the dude from.
That's the
yeah.
Snap guy.
Snap guy.
Yeah.
So, so I have two comments on this. I'll be real quick. Number one, why do employees at Kroger not cover their nose with their mask?
Oh my God.
It doesn't happen.
Oh my God.
So I don't know what you do with that case. I mean, they're wearing a mask, but they're not wearing it right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
I'm not as concerned with the cashiers because they have the plexiglass up, but the people that are out in the aisles and stuff, I feel like the people out in the aisles and stuff are worse at complying than the cashiers.
Funny? Looking back at my memories of face mask, I don't know, the relationship I have to wearing them. I have been wearing the face mask. Geez, that's hard to say. More lately.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like there's a lot of social pressure that people are going to just be like, you're going to get me sick.
Yeah.
So, except for this podcast, I'm not doing that here.
We're 6 feet apart, but and a private business,
in Indonesia, for all that's listening.
Obviously. So when it comes to showings, I kind of follow my clients' leads usually. If they're wearing them, I'm wearing them. If they're not, then sometimes I'm not. But since I've been in a high-risk state, like I was just in South Carolina for a week, at least for the next 2 weeks, I will be wearing it at all times when I'm, interacting.
Except around me. So,
yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're shopping in the store. You run into your neighbor, Pam.
Yeah.
And she sees in your cart that you have a COVID-19 test kit.
Okay.
Would you be embarrassed with well, I'm just preventative?
No, but
what would you do?
No, because I would feel like, just good to have one on hand in case they sell out.
Would you rather be a pregnancy test or a
I'd be okay with a pregnancy test, well, unless they knew me and knew my, that there were no more kids in the future. I would be most embarrassed by condoms.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a prude. What can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk about condoms on my podcast, so I guess I'm getting better. But.
You are getting better. Well, then that should be your goal this week, is to go and buy condoms and shout it from the rooftops and get over that fear.
So my husband is leaving town today for the next 6 weeks.
I can't believe we're still talking.
That would probably not be a good plan.
Or it might be even funnier.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Love
moving
you,
on. In politics, we have one delicious story for you.
Ooh, your favorite.
Billions and billions.
Finally, the conclusion, or is it, to one of This Week in Cincinnati's favorite stories. Former Cincinnati City Council member Tamaya Denard pled guilty to one count of honest services wire fraud on Monday, bringing her federal corruption case closer to an end. In exchange for the guilty plea, federal prosecutors dropped other charges of bribery and attempted extortion. Denard admitted to devising a scheme to accept a $15,000 bribe in exchange for her vote on the Hilltop land swap deal, but instead, remember, she went on a vacation, immediately to like Panama City. Federal prosecutors agreed not to ask the court for a sentence longer than 24 months, but Judge Lott said she might impose something harsher depending on a pre-sentence investigation that will take about 3 months. What's interesting here is I guess the FBI has been involved for like 4 months looking into this, right? And from the comment section of Reddit, where I get most of my information, apparently if the FBI is going to look into a $10,000 to $15,000 bribery case, which is small peanuts for that long, there's probably something bigger brewing, meaning someone else is going to go down. Who knows? Ooh. Maybe P.G. Sittenfeld, who just decided to announce he's running for mayor.
Oh, did he?
I don't know.
Missed that.
But I feel like she's going to throw everyone under the bus. All sorts of stuff's going to come out, and this is going to get crazy.
I can't
Meanwhile,
wait.
no one's talking about this car of hers that was randomly stolen and driven through like a house. That's gone.
Right.
Just like the fires in Australia. Who knows?
Well, you know what? I was just reading something on Facebook today, and I haven't fact checked it, so it could completely be wrong. But this is what I want to know. The only thing we've talked about for 4 or 5 months is COVID and Black Lives Matter, which I am not diminishing. But there was a whale found in the middle of the Amazon. A whale in the middle of the Amazon. Like, how are we missing out on stories like this? What else are we missing out on? Like, this is what I'm saying.
Was the whale alive?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't check it out yet.
Like it swam up a river?
I don't know. I mean,
can
they even
all right,
do
well, that
that?
sounds like a good thing for Ryan. Ryan, we need to get you some information on whether or not a whale was actually found in the cleanup in the Amazon.
Yeah.
Because that's super important. I mean,
well, it's just
like you said, I don't want to diminish Black Lives Matter.
This is 2020. Like,
right.
This is crazy.
Why wouldn't there be a whale?
Why wouldn't there be?
I bet if it was a dolphin, Luca would know. Or Gavin, whichever one knows all that stuff.
That's probably true. But I'm all with Judge DeLotte, like putting down the hammer. I don't remember if I've talked about this before on the podcast, but I feel like we, in American education, you know, there's so much you don't learn, especially about stuff that America's done wrong. But the big thing is, Russia's corrupt, China's corrupt, No. We're corrupt too. We just keep it secret. They're just doing this out in the open. Like, they're greasing palms in front of everybody. Like, corruption, make an example out of her. Put the hammer down.
Okay. We will do that.
Do it, Judge DeLotte. Anyway, let's move on to sports. So Cincinnati took the next step last week toward winning a bid to host matches in the 2026 World Cup. Cincinnati is one of 17 cities vying for 10 spots to act as host cities for the World Cup's biggest tournament. FCC President Jeff Birding was part of a 3-hour conference call with FIFA and U.S. Soccer discussing stadiums, facilities, hotels, transportation, and marketing. Despite building a brand new, shiny stadium in the West End, the World Cup matches would be played at Paul Brown so they can meet the 40,000 seat requirement. Birding used the recent success of hosting the 2015 MLB All-Star Game, which was great, and the meteoric rise of popularity for his club as evidence that the Queen City could handle the World Cup. Should Cincinnati not get selected, its state-of-the-art training facility could host a team as its home base while they're here. The 2026 World Cup is being co-hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. This would be the coolest thing ever.
This would be a great thing.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great for business, great for the city, and just freaking cool. So I hope that...
Yeah, it'd be nice to go and root for a soccer team that has a chance of winning.
Yeah. See, here's the
That's what I think would be fun.
Yeah.
I kind of thought about this, and I'm like, you know what? Like, who's a really, like, on the world stage, who's like a country that just sucks, like at soccer? Is there one? Who's a
US
terrible
national team? Oh,
what are you talking?
no, the women's team is phenomenal.
Canada sucks.
The men's team.
All right, let's say Canadian men suck at soccer. Okay, so how like World Cup is fun, but how Canada's probably like, we're not into it because we get our asses handed to us every year. That's how we feel locally about Cincinnati soccer, I think. It's like,
Right. If they start winning, it'll be different, but I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be one of those controversial people. I'm not a men's soccer supporter for the U.S. Why
are you not? Like you have a problem with the men's soccer?
Well, I mean, I do have a problem with the way it's run, but Spain's my team.
Well, maybe you should go move to Spain then.
Well, I mean, get me a visa. But but no, I was listening to this really interesting story on
Who doesn't support American men's soccer? Like, you have no tie to Spain.
Spain's my team.
Like, you can't just pick
Spain's
a team
my
from
favorite.
some random. This isn't like the NFL.
They're
where
my
you can,
favorite league, my favorite soccer league. They're the only soccer league that I watch consistently.
Yeah.
Until we had a team, I never watched a single MLS game. Could not have cared less.
Okay, well.
Yeah. But
I think that says a lot about who you are as a person.
Ryan's judging me so much right now. But
Yeah, I think
I was watching.
I'm also judging you. I don't know how I'm not more clear that you are being judged hard right now.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Reds fan.
That's okay.
That's my local team.
If you're like, hey, I'm not a Reds fan, but I really am just like Tokyo baseball is where it's at, and I would move there in a heartbeat. I'm like, what are you talking? But I mean, World Cup's more about national pride than just like, oh, I like the players and I like the color of the Hornets jacket, right?
I don't like the
that's
colors.
That's the way that's how I liked teams when I was like in 5th grade, because I thought, oh, I like purple and teal.
Oh, you sound like my sister.
Well,
Yeah, she likes
sounds
Charlotte
awesome.
too. She
Well,
did.
let's talk more about FC Cincinnati. They got off to a very bad start in the MLS's back tournament against the Columbus Crew, right? Was it Columbus Crew? Yeah. Right? Okay. Mm-hmm. After an hour-long delay, which was the highlight of the game, causing the game to start at 11:30 p.m. Saturday night. FCC might as well not even have shown up. The Orange and Blue were beaten 4-0 and barely put up much of a fight after the first 10 minutes. The team has a few days to shape up under new head manager Jop Stam before they face Atlanta on Thursday at 9 a.m. So,
Yeah, like get it together, guys. What is happening?
I don't know. We should play more like Spain. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and on to baseball.
Oh, yay, baseball. Major League Baseball announced the condensed 60-game schedule, and the Reds will open their season at home with a series against the Tigers on July 24th, followed by a series against the Cubs. The Reds will also face the Twins, Brewers, Cardinals, Pirates, Royals, and Indians through September, when the season ends on the 27th of that month. Manager David Bell announced that Sonny Gray will be opening the season on the mound against Detroit.
I'm excited for anything live sports that's not racing.
Very exciting.
So I'm actually excited for baseball for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Since my kid played t-ball.
I feel like I could follow along on a 60-game season.
Yeah.
180 is just too much for me. It's too much. Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you still can't go to the games.
No.
You can just watch them on TV.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Yeah. It's, there's going to be as much crowd noise on TV as there always is.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
None. You can hear the wind blowing at those games.
And you know what? The hot dogs are cheaper at my house.
Yeah.
In this week's Community Spotlight, we are talking to local Cincinnati influencer and Treo Realtors agent, Angie Herring. Angie runs a popular blog called Angie Knows the Truth and has over 10,000 followers on Instagram. She's here to talk with us all about what she does and how traveling during a pandemic has been. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Alyssa. How are you doing?
Good. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know,
COVID. How's everything been going? You have so much going on right now.
I have a lot going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about like what is it like to be a local influencer? What do you do on your blog and your channel? What kind of
So what I kind of do is I work with local businesses and just businesses that make certain products in a niche market. And I just kind of get their product out there, create digital content that they can share on their page.
Yep.
And just kind of help them advertise and get the word out about their business.
That's awesome. So so Angie Knows the Truth is the name of your blog. What did it kind of start out as and how has it evolved over time?
I actually started it, I think, in 2013.
Okay, wow.
It kind of started with Jay and I. We were just traveling all over the world and we wanted to just kind of document some of the things we were doing. We were just meeting these incredible people and we wanted to get the word out about what they were doing in whatever city or country they were in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah.
Then I had kids.
Yeah, that changes everything for sure.
And now we're in, 2020 and it's the cool thing to do is to, be on Instagram and have your cute little pictures.
Yeah.
And, it just started kind of funneling into like what it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, just growing over the years.
So one of the things, so I know a lot of people when they see, someone's an influencer and they're, repping for a brand, their first concern is like, is it just because this brand is paying them? Or like, do they like the product? Do they not like the product? So one thing I really love about your Instagram is that you're super honest about the products. Like,
yes.
If you don't love something, you tell people. Like, you're not just, shilling.
Well, it is called Angie Knows the Truth for a reason.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes the businesses pay for me to like create digital content for them. I'm not always required to share it on my own page.
Yep.
Sometimes I just do that because I like who I'm working with. And kind of how I started working with brands and businesses in the first place was just sharing, products and places that I already enjoy.
Yeah.
So a lot of my content is just things that I'm sharing about my life that I already pay for and enjoy, and I just want to share them.
Yeah, I love that. And then you love the influencer community in Cincinnati.
Yes.
And really try to help like younger influencers that are just getting in the game. And you really love like just having an all-inclusive influencer community as well, right?
Well, once I found out that there was so many influencers in Cincinnati, I really thought it would be a fun idea to like just get everybody together. There's so many businesses, there's so many products, and there's so many different niches that I really truly feel like there's a spot for everybody who wants to get involved.
Yeah, like it's not a zero-sum thing to be an influencer in Cincinnati. It's not that if you're winning, someone's losing. Like there's definitely room for everyone.
Yeah, there really is, because there's value in everyone's opinion. Everyone has their circle of people, and they have influence over those people, and there's value in that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean, that's really what it is. That's awesome. To get all these people together and get everybody brainstorming, and you can really see the bigger picture.
Yeah, cool. All right, so we are a Cincinnati themed podcast.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of Cincinnati questions for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite restaurant in Cincinnati?
My favorite restaurant is for sure Soto downtown, which I'm sure like a lot of people's is that one.
It's so good.
I'm trying to think of something on this side of town. Like in Blue Ash area, Kenwood.
Yeah. Do you go to Atavala? Because I know you just moved back to Madeira.
Yep, they just shut down.
They shut down the Madeira one as well?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. I knew they shut down downtown, their OTR location.
Positive COVID test.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're doing the right thing. I have been hearing a lot of people are hiding.
They have like a spicy gorgonzola pizza there or something. I love that. Yes.
So good. Yes. Okay, what about your favorite place to take the kids in the city? My favorite place to take the kids. Target? Is that an answer? Sure. I love it. That's hilarious.
That's like the treat.
That's awesome. I love that. And then this one, you might even have, your answer might be none, don't care. But FCC, Reds, or Bengals?
I'm going to say Reds.
Yeah.
Because I have worked with a couple Reds players in the past.
Yes.
So I feel like connected.
I love it. Awesome. Well, Angie, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, make sure you're following Angie. She's most active on Instagram at Angie Knows the Truth. But she's also on Facebook. And are you on YouTube or Pinterest or?
I'm on YouTube. I'm on Pinterest, TikTok, Twitter.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like you haven't been sharing as much of your TikTok on Instagram. Have I just missed it, or you were like going hard there for a little while?
I just moved, girlfriend.
That's true. That is true. Awesome. All right, guys. So make sure you check Angie out. Give her a follow. You won't regret it. She is super awesome, very funny, and super honest. Yeah.
I just try to inspire people to live their best life.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
It really, really is. Awesome. Thank you so much, Angie.
There are stories circulating on the internet that in India and elsewhere, the drug ribavirin has been shown to be effective against this virus. Yet, Homeland Security is telling the CDC not to make any announcements until stockpiles of the drug can be secured.
Well, Dr. Gupta, there continue to be evaluations of several drugs. Ribavirin is among them. But right now, our best defense has been social distancing. No handshaking, staying home when you're sick, washing your hands frequently.
Well, let's move to entertainment.
Let's do
All right.
that.
We have 3 stories. Hearst Television and WLWT announced last week that weather rate, but whatever. An independent research company that tracks and verifies forecasts across the country, certified WLWT Channel 5 has the most accurate forecast in Cincinnati. In addition, for the second year in a row, WLWT's accuracy rating beat that of any station in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. To take this with a grain of salt, however, because meteorologists get paid to be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that must just be the best job ever. Like, even if you said it was a 5% chance of rain and it rains, you're like, well, I said it was 5%.
Well, so I looked at Quora to figure out how accurate these things are. And then I also Googled most accurate in Cincinnati, and I expected literally every single station to like
To
pop
say
up
that,
with some other company saying they're the most accurate.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah,
Is
well,
that the AccuWeather forecast? Is that the one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch local news.
Who even watches and gets their weather from TV?
Right.
Like, is that even a thing?
Pull up an app, guy.
Is it not on your phone and on your Alexa devices and everything?
Oh, for sure.
So,
Hey Google, what's the weather today?
the fact they even have jobs, like that's, if I was like a meteorologist, I'd be like, yeah, if I have a job in 4 years, then I will be shocked.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who really plans more than a week in advance anyways. We all hope for the best, but there's no confidence in what they're saying until we get 24 hours out.
Oh, for sure.
So what is even the point?
I know. Yeah.
Just to get my hopes up and then let them, and then dash them, or tell me not to do something because it's supposed to rain all day and then it doesn't rain?
Yeah, it's useless.
They should just be gone. They should be
there you
gone.
go. We have officially canceled weathermen here on This Week in
Can
Cincinnati.
we're not gonna, let's stop doing the weather on this podcast. I think that's the only answer to it.
We don't already.
I know. That's
Point
the joke.
proven.
That's the joke. We don't already do it.
know.
You have
I'm
to tell
saying
people.
Point proven.
Oh,
Okay.
that's why we don't cover it.
That's right.
We would get the weather right 100% because we'd probably forecast by the time this got edited and went live,
Yeah, it
we will
takes,
have already
like,
known the
3
weather.
hours.
Your weather for Monday.
Yeah.
As they say, oh, that's great. You got it
All
right
right.
yesterday.
Well, on another list that is a little more fun, a recent list published by Yelp ranked the best fried chicken restaurant in each state. A newcomer to the scene, Boomtown Biscuits and Whiskey, won out in Ohio, and it's located right here in Cincinnati's Pendleton area. Specifically, its Yukon sandwich of buttermilk breaded fried chicken, house-made sawmill gravy with sausage from Avril Blais, 2 strips of smoked bacon, and maple smoked cheddar nestled between 2 buttermilk biscuits won the nod. Boomtown was opened in early 2018 and has been a haven for comfort food in Cincinnati. I was actually just there yesterday. That's what I did yesterday. And I can attest to the deliciousness of said sandwich. We did order that. And it's just one of my favorites. It's so good. One of the owners, Christian, was on the Food Network, like Thanksgiving Challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he won it. And yeah, he's just really great guy, great story. And it's a great little restaurant that could.
Well, I mean, anything with gravy on it's going to be good.
Oh my God.
Right?
Everything there is so good. It's ridiculous. I had like this vegetarian skillet thing yesterday, which I of course added short rib to, but it was like it had Asian flavors and it was just ridiculous. It was so good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you should check it out. You'd really like it. They have a good bourbon situation also. Obviously, whiskey's in the name.
Yeah, you hear the train in the background. You know what that means?
Uh-oh.
It's time for our Cincinnati Zoo art auction story.
Woo!
Well, the Cincinnati Zoo has opened up, but they still need more money, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, how can we pimp out these animals even more? Well, they found the answer. In yet another attempt to exploit Fiona the hippo, the zoo has made Fiona and other animals in their zoo create paintings. The paintings are made by putting paint on various parts of the animals and having them walk over a campus, or just slapping it on Fiona's face and then slapping her with a canvas so that she has you see her nose like imprinted on the picture on the canvas.
It's actually incredibly cute.
Or incredibly gross. I'm not a fan of this. I think.
Did you see the paintings?
Oh, I have been following the eBay auctions. Let's get back to the story. All right, so
first of all, look at the related sponsored items that come up on my computer.
You know, that has nothing to do. All right, it's all like.
Oh, eBay.
It's all okay. So Alysa just showed me all these ladies in lingerie suggestively posing, which she doesn't realize. Well, what she doesn't realize is that those are not based on the auction item itself. It's based on your browsing history.
It is not.
And you need to stay away from those sites because it's inappropriate.
Yesterday.
Well, that's a little too hot to handle on the beach, if you ask me. But anyways, let's get that. Come on. So painters, all right, included Fiona and Bibi, who I guess is another hippo. Is that her mom or something?
Yeah.
All right. A tortoise, Okapi. I don't know. I guess that's the thing looks like a deer or something.
Yeah.
A red panda, cheetah, elephant, penguin, meerkat, tiger, and rhino. The bidding works through eBay, and as of this recording, all are at least $300. Now, actually, as of this recording, Fiona's up to like over $1,000.
Yep. The double kiss is $810.
Okay.
There's actually one that somehow went down under 300. It was above yesterday.
It's the meerkat because it's stupid. It's just their hands are walking all over it. So
the rhino Rembrandt's pretty cool.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Elephant one on the blue canvas. Nice. Now, would I pay any money for this? No. I would just have my kid just do something similar. Right? Hey, Paxton, put a toothbrush or a paintbrush in your mouth and do this canvas. And then I should sell that on eBay for $1,000.
I know nothing about art, and art is not something where I, focus my dollars, we'll say. So no, I would not spend money on this.
This is just people who want to get back to the zoo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I do think some of the paintings are super cute. Like I could understand having these in my hhome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BB and Fiona double kiss is super cute too.
I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't like how they.
Really?
I don't know. That's probably my least favorite one. But I'm not surprised. A meerkat. Nobody wants to buy a picture of a meerkat running over a campus with green.
No,
feet.
they have two of Chris the cheetah. One's at $410, one's at $440. But it looks like the same painting. It looks like they just accidentally loaded it twice. So I hope that's not going to cause a problem.
No, they gave 2 buttons. You could vote on one or the other. Okay. It's legit. The cheetah. You know how fast they are. Boom, 2 paintings done. As long as it takes the elephant to make one.
But the picture's exactly the same.
Okay. They're not. They're different.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, well, let's... Okay, Ryan, can you find out if they made a copy? So one's an original and one's a copy. Can you call the zoo and find out? Say, we think that you made a copy, and we want to make sure that we're bidding on the authentic original. And see what they say. Talk to Maynard. All right, get Maynard on the phone.
I got some things for you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's talk about what we're doing this weekend. We need to wrap this up. This is going on a long time.
I actually don't have any idea what I'm doing this weekend. Sandra's going to be out of town. My kids are at my mom's.
You're buying condoms. That's what you're doing. That's what we discussed.
I literally have 2 weeks by myself, and I haven't even decided how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if I'm like super excited. I mean, first of all, what am I going to do? I was supposed to have a Jimmy Buffett party because the concert was canceled. We were going to do a little socially distant outside Jimmy Buffett party, but that's even now been canceled because of the surge. So I literally don't know.
A virtual Zoom Jimmy Buffett party.
We could all just have margaritas and
just
Lays.
That's fun for about 60 seconds. And then you're like, well, this is dumb. And then you stop.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
well,
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm going back to Indianapolis for a lacrosse tournament.
Okay.
We'll be a sober weekend, which would be nice.
That's true. Could use a little rest.
All
right. Well, if you guys are looking for something to do and you're still looking for something to stream if you're staying inside, check out Greyhound. Brand new and streaming only on Apple TV+. Greyhound is a movie that follows a World War II battleship as it crosses the Atlantic while being pursued by German U-boats in what eventually turns into the longest and largest naval battle in history, the Battle of the Atlantic. Greyhound stars Tom Hanks, who penned the script, and is directed by Aaron Schneider. Apple TV is only $5 a month, Apple TV Plus, but you can find a free year trial pretty much anywhere. If you're not boycotting Tom Hanks at this point, but he was actually really.
What is wrong with Tom Hanks?
Oh,
because he got coronavirus?
I don't think I can get into it. It's a real deep wormhole.
What?
It's a real deep wormhole. It's Wayfair Gate.
Let me. Wayfair
Gate. Look it up.
Like,
anyway.
Okay. No, wait. Was this following the story about the whale in the Amazon that you read something about?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the whale.
Oh
but actually, Tom was apparently like super, super bummed that this movie wasn't going to come out in the theaters. He has spent, years working on it. I think Apple TV paid like $70 million for the rights to stream the movie. But it does look really good. And also, if you haven't watched Hamilton yet on Disney Plus, like, what are you doing with your life? Get on it. If you're looking to go out this weekend, what can you look forward to?
If you want to go out and spend some time with some butterflies, well, actually, I don't even know if the butterflies are there, but after being dormant for much of the spring, the Crown Conservatory has reawakened with a new summer show called Growing a Rainbow. Growing a Rainbow features numerous flower beds in the shapes of arches, each with flowers of a specific color. In the center of the room is a long, peaceful water pond for reflection. Wow. And of course, there's all the butterflies. Admission is $7 for adults and $5 for kids 5 to 17 years old. And if you wear a butterfly costume, you save $1.
Way to sell it.
I don't think that's true, but you can still show up there. So, yeah.
Cool.
Sounds...
All right. Okay, if you're looking to support a local business this weekend, Sunday, July 19th is National Ice Cream Day, and many local ice cream spots will be having deals, with many doing cones for just $1.50. We recommend Graders, of course, anywhere in your neighborhood. The Cone in Westchester, Zip Dip in Bridgetown, and Pendleton Parlor downtown in Pendleton. All very good. Yeah, check them out. All right. Well, that is all for This Week in Cincinnati. Do us a favor and share this podcast on your social media, as well as rate and review us on iTunes. And if you have any ideas for guests and have contact info, shoot us a DM on Facebook or Instagram. Now stay tuned for what will be incredibly interesting for sure, cleanup with our producer Ryan Taulbee as he corrects all the mistakes and misinformation we tried to feed you as fact throughout this episode. For Brett and myself, have an amazing week. This Week in Cincinnati.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Cleanup with producer Ryan. We've just got a few things to go over. We went kind of long this episode, so let's get right into it. The whale in the Amazon. So that did indeed happen. Some whale institute in Brazil said that we're still not sure how it landed here, but we're guessing that the creature was floating too close to the shore in the tide, which has been pretty rough over the past few days, picked it up, threw it inland, where it died. However, people are wondering how the heck this happened, because apparently, also this happened way back in like February of 2019. So that is why no one is probably talking about Alysa, is because it happened over a year ago. But they were like, whales don't hang out up here in February, so we're not sure why this happened. But yeah, that story did happen. Thanks for that, Alysa. Also, I can confirm that the two zoo art paintings by the cheetahs are different. They are clearly different. One has like a big splash of green on the side, and the other one does not. But you can bid on either or, although now, by the time you hear this, you have like 6 hours left to bid because it ends on the 14th. And also for this Tom Hanks Wayfair thing, so there's this like weird internet Reddit conspiracy that Wayfair, the furniture company, is tied to some Russian like child sex trafficking thing, and then someone is like loosely trying to tie it to Tom Hanks. I think it's all BS. I wouldn't even. Tom Hanks is a saint, so I'm not even going to entertain the thought of this. You can all do your own research at home. But other than that, thanks for listening, guys, and as always, we will see you next week on This Week in Cincinnati.